Ladies and gentlemen, good news coming out of the midterm elections this year is that Johnny Mundo has indeed been re-elected as the mayor of Slamtown. The question is, did he leave Ultima Lucha Quattro successful? Yes and no. We'll talk about that.
Cliffhanger.
And don't worry, Kevin Hawk will be looking down at his phone a lot because he has a very burning question about Ultima Lucha Quattro, and we'll get there. But we're going to start off with NXT first. We open up with Heavy Machinery defeating the Forgotten Sons. Dozer hitting a pop-up slam on Steve Cutler. Candice was approached by some reporters asking questions about Johnny's involvement with Aleister Black, and she says she doesn't want to talk about Johnny. She actually wants some answers from Nikki since she wouldn't give them last week. And she also wants a match with Nikki, so she's going to go talk to William Regal. We also had Shayna with Jessamine and Marina. She was being asked questions about her hollow victory over Kairi Sane at WWE Evolution. She was then approached by William Regal, who said that Kairi will in fact get her rematch at NXT TakeOver War Games, and it'll be a 2 out of 3 falls match. We had Dakota Kai defeat Taynara Conti with the chiropractor. Mia Yim was doing an interview in the back, and she was interrupted, and the moment was ruined by Bianca Belair, and those two will now have a match next week. Keith Lee and Matt Riddle were both happy that both of them are in NXT, and their fun was quickly dashed by Cassius Ohno because he likes ruining things. But then Keith Lee and Matt Riddle were like, whatever. So cool that we're both in NXT. So Cassius's new toy that he gets to break is now there, and he's very much looking forward to it. We had a War Games video kind of going over the two teams that will be in War Games at NXT TakeOver. And we also found out that next week we will have a one-on-one match, one person representing either team. The winner of that match will gain the advantage for his team in the War Games match. We then had Johnny Gargano walking outside of Full Sail, delivering a message to Aleister Black, telling him why he attacked him, and even finishing by going to the very same spot that he left Aleister Black laying, and saying that he's going to do it again at NXT War Games. And then in the main event, Lars Sullivan defeated the Velveteen Dream. Velveteen Dream was so close, was just about to hit the Purple Rainmaker. Unfortunately, a distraction by Tommaso Ciampa allowed Lars Sullivan to hit the Freak Accident. Then Ciampa tried to get in and attack Velveteen Dream. Velveteen Dream ended up leaving the NXT champion laying, despite having to jump over a herd of zebras, and then held the title high in the air. He's very, very focused on that championship. Then on 205 Live, we found out that Buddy Murphy will defend the Cruiserweight Championship against Mustafa Ali at Survivor Series. It has not been announced for the pre-show yet, but I'm sure it's coming soon. We had both competitors commenting. Mustafa's focused on not having a repeat of WrestleMania. He is going to make sure that people call him champion this time, and Buddy Murphy still says that you cannot stop the unstoppable. Then we had Lucha House Party defeat TJP and Mike Kanellis in tag team action after TJP tried to pull off Lindsay's mask. Lindsay had a second one underneath, and things.
Clever kitty.
You've been waiting for that to happen, and you finally got it.
What?
The mask under the mask thing. Talks about it all the time. But yeah, Lucha House Party picked up a win, but Maria seemed like she had a plan. So something devious could be coming in the direction of Lucha House Party. Cedric Alexander, we saw was back at the Performance Center, kind of working on his stuff. Leo Rush kind of gave him some shit. And they're actually going to have a match next week, but Leo Rush came out to talk a little more trash after defeating Josh Morrell in singles competition. So Leo Rush potentially putting his foot in his mouth, but we'll find out next week when he faces Cedric Alexander. Also next week we will have Akira Tozawa and the Brian Kendrick taking on Drew Galloway. I almost said Drew Gallagher, but it's Drew Gulak and Jack Gallagher in tag team action. And in the main event, in a fantastic match, Buddy Murphy defeated NXT UK superstar Mark Andrews. Here we are. Ultima Lucha Quattro Part 2. Nobody can take it.
Sorry for all you headphone people.
Yep. Podcast listeners, we apologize. So we open up with Johnny and Taya talking. Johnny's working with the Gauntlet, saying, "Hey, are you going to be out there?" All this stuff, and so they were, they're having a good time. Taya says, "Yeah, if you need me, I'll be out in your corner." Until she finds Rosa, and her and Rosa have a moment where Rosa. Yeah, we'll get there. Then we had our 2 out of 3 falls match, Phoenix versus El Dragon Azteca Jr. Fall 1 went to Phoenix after hitting Dragon Azteca with the spinning driver. Fall 2 went to Dragon Azteca after hitting the DDTJ on Phoenix. And then Antonio Cueto came out and made sure that the third fall was just as crazy as the rest of Ultima Lucha and made it a falls count anywhere, in which Phoenix defeated El Dragon Azteca after a distraction by Melissa and another spinning driver. Then, due to the issues with the Phoenix and El Dragon Azteca Jr. situation, Melissa Santos was unable to fulfill her ring announcing duties, so a quick, or not so quick, but a recent deal came through, and that Shaul Guerrero would take over as the ring announcing for the rest of the night. Famous B tried to get involved, and he just got he got his fill of Guerrero after getting 3 amigos from Shaul and a frog splash from Chavo. So needless to say, Famous B did not show up the rest of the night. So Shaul Guerrero took over ring announcing, starting off first with a death match where the Mac defeated Mil Muertes with a brick to the head and a stunner. Johnny Mundo defeated Matanza with a Superman punch or superhuman punch with the Gauntlet of the Gods. And then quickly after, we saw Johnny Mundo with a little bit of hesitation return the Gauntlet to Aerostar. And then in the main event, Pentagon Dark defeated Marty the Moth Martinez with a package piledriver onto chairs to reclaim the Lucha Underground Championship. Soon after, Reclusa would come out, attack the champion. She would essentially she would fight a little bit, and then she would take Marty away. Vampiro got in to bestow the title to Pentagon, kicked him in the balls. Then Pentagon kicked him in the balls. Then they just kept hitting each other. And then the new master showed up, and this is where Kevin Hawk is having questions, because we know who most of the people who play these masked stars are, or these other stars in Lucha Underground. He's desperately trying to figure out who is playing the new master. But we saw the master destroy Pentagon quite a few times. This was quickly followed by Jake Strong cashing in his Gift of the Gods belt, then quickly breaking the ankle and making Pentagon pass out. Therefore, Jake Strong leaves Ultima Lucha Quattro as the Lucha Underground champion.
And the fans,
they're not happy.
Not pleased.
No, they were not. So then we had our traditional post-season video where everyone's storyline is leading. We saw King Cuerno, Aerostar, and El Dragon Azteca Jr. deciding the fate of of the Gauntlet of the Gods. And Dragon Azteca said, "Hey, we need it really quick, don't worry." And Aerostar said, "Make it quick." And he said, "Don't worry, she will." We then saw Matanza, who was very frustrated after losing to Johnny Mundo. He was approached by a character we haven't seen in a couple seasons, Black Lotus, who now realizes that Dragon Azteca was not the cause of her parents' death. It was, in fact, Matanza. She, with the help of the Gauntlet, destroys Matanza. She gives the Gauntlet back to El Dragon Azteca, who intends to take it back to Aerostar. Unfortunately, is stopped by Jake Strong. His ankle is broken, and Jake Strong then takes the Gauntlet. We then saw the Mundos, Taya with a faraway look in her eyes. Johnny's on cloud 9 after winning. Is talking about going on their honeymoon. But then she reveals that she's not his wife. She is, in fact, a god, and apparently the new vessel of whatever was inside of Rosa. And so she makes quick work of Johnny Mundo. We're not totally sure what his fate was. We know it wasn't good. And then we went to the limo where we saw Antonio, we saw the new master, we saw I can never remember the guy's name, the guy who works for the Order, and then the boss, all in the limo talking and saying, well, okay, all the gods have taken mortal form now, so everything's coming together. Then Jake Strong gets in the limo.
In the tiny ring inside of a car.
There's a ring inside the car. No, he gets in the limo with the gauntlet and the belt, and
he's got blood on him.
The blood of Matanza across his chest. Therefore, they realize, well, Matanza was a worthy sacrifice, so now they need to find a new vessel. And then we saw, for the first time, the face of the boss in the back of the limo.
Which, here's the thing. All the silhouette this whole time has alluded to the boss being bald.
Sometimes.
Like, he's got a perfectly round dome.
Well,
spoiler alert, this boss is not
that perfectly
bald.
Round dome belongs to Bad News Barrett, Stu Bennett, whatever the hell they're going to end up calling him. But he asks if anybody else has any bad news, and he's ready to get down to business. And then our final moment is a flashback to the beginning of the season, the funeral of Dario Cueto, as Antonio walks away with the key that was once around Dario's neck. There's a flash, and Aerostar has lifted the casket lid, and with the now reformed immortality necklace, revives Dario Cueto, who expresses, "What the f-?" And then we go to black. To be continued, potential Lucha Underground Season 5.
Aww.
That is what happened this week on the midweek wrap-up.
I mean, hell of a cliffhanger.
Yeah.
If Season 5 never happens.
I know. Like, I mean, that's the thing is, like, these seasons are so, like, you never quite know if the next one's going to happen. I think, like, Season 2 was the only one, like, it took a while, but then we're like, yeah, Season 2 is definitely happening. And Season 3, we weren't quite sure, and then it happened. And Season 4 took a little longer, but then it happened. So, I still have some hope. Season 5, still a potential. Season 4 was fun. Let's get to Season 5. But with that being said, Kevin Hawk, what did you like about the midweek?
There was a lot.
Yeah, there was a lot to talk about.
There's a lot to like.
Yeah, it was. I mean, all three shows were pretty damn good.
Yeah.
I didn't have a major problem with any of them.
I'm going to give my like to the Muertes Mac death match.
Oh, okay. Good choice. Good choice. Yeah, you didn't get to see their
no, I missed
their haunted house of fun.
Yeah,
or the haunted house match.
Missed that one.
Yeah, this one was definitely bloodier than that one.
Yeah, I figured. They always pull out all the stops for Ultima Lucha.
Yeah.
And no different for Mac and Muertes.
Right.
They came to play, including like a coffin full of murder weapons.
Yeah, there were axes and crowbars and
meat hooks.
Meat hooks, and there was a lot of Siths.
Yeah, whole Sith lords.
According to Matt Strager, they're scythes. It's a scythe. But whatever.
Nerd.
I know my murder weapons, bro.
No, I'm talking about Matt.
Oh, nerd. Anyway,
what about you?
Man, it's tough. I'm gonna give my like to Heavy Machinery versus the Forgotten Sons. Fantastic tag team match. Thought for sure the Forgotten Sons were gonna win, but Heavy Machinery kept coming back. Great work from both teams. Strangely enough, there wasn't even outside interference from Chad Lale on Jackson Riker. Whatever fucking name he's going by now, Gunner. Like the fact that he didn't get involved made it.
Jeff.
Is that a name? I want you to see if that's a name he ever used. I don't think it is, but yeah, it was
highly doubtful.
Fantastic. It showed a lot more from Heavy Machinery. Like they fucking kept up, and it was awesome. Both teams did a great job. Very good match. Good way to kick off the night for us since we watch NXT first.
It's funny what it says about when you search up Chad Lale on Google.
Okay.
That what comes up is American actor.
I think most wrestlers actually come up that way.
Well, he's been in movies. Never mind.
Oh,
that's
he's
why.
actually an actor.
He was in the movie Game Night that came out earlier this year, apparently.
Oh shit.
And also in the 2015 classic Navy SEALs vs. Zombies.
Man, that's one of my favorite movies of all time. Didn't quite love it though. What did you love about the midweek though? Segue? It was.
Yeah, it was all right.
It was cheap, but I took it.
Yes. Best way to do it. Can I just move again over to
you gonna
Lucha
stick to
Underground?
Lucha? All right.
For the, I'm gonna say, this is a hard one.
Okay.
This is tough. I'm battling between the 2 out of 3 falls match and Pentagon versus Marty the Moth.
Well, you either get the high intense action or you just get fucking blood and guts. Which do you want to take both?
Hold on. It was never Big Jeff, but he was Phil Shatter.
That's close enough to Big Jeff. His name is Jeff. Which one are you going to go?
I'm gonna go. I'm the blood and guts guy sometimes.
All right.
When it's done tactfully, which
it very much was in this case. I think.
Yeah. Lucha Underground does the blood well.
To be fair, Marty was Crimson Mask 2 minutes into the match.
Sometimes you need it. No, I'll be real. The whole thing, the beginning of the match, all the way up until right before Swaggy Jackson got in, was all good.
Okay.
That's my love. The match itself was fantastic.
Up until Swaggy Jackson.
Yeah, and then the end, and the Vampiro thing, which was totally random.
But still good.
Yeah, it was cool. It was really random, and it just seemed like it was thrown in for shits and giggles.
Yeah.
Because they did the Jack Swagger thing anyways. And then, why was there not unison between the new master and Jack Swagger when they knew they were going to be together in the limo later?
Well, I think the new master himself, I have a theory, is that he's not someone who is gunning for championship gold. He is literally a tool in this gods eliminating the Aztec tribes.
I just, it seemed like maybe there should have been a little familiarity, but when Jack Swagger, Swaggy Jackson, Hager, Smith,
Jake Strong.
Savage Strong,
Jesus Christ.
I'm trying to go for one with more than Mundo.
I don't think no one's gonna have more than Mundo.
Yeah, that's true. He was like, oh, who the fuck is this guy? And Vampiro was like, no, don't worry about this guy. So maybe it was just a cover.
Yeah, I think that's what because that's one thing that I'll really give credit to Lucha Underground is the fact that essentially Vampiro knows a little bit more than Matt. But Matt just thinks he's calling wrestling. He doesn't realize that there's actual gods and shit that are happening.
Well,
he's a little confused when things happen, but he never suspects there's gods actually watching over the temple.
Swerve. He's a god.
I would not be surprised.
Commentary god.
I would not be surprised, honestly.
No,
I hope he is.
Here's my real theory about why it happened that way.
Okay,
is because those post segments were filmed afterwards, so just guy playing New Master had no fucking clue that he was actually going to know Jack Swagger at the end of the show.
Fair enough.
But yeah, no, the match was great. The glass spot was cool. The table spot was cool.
Marty bled like a motherfucker.
Yeah.
Marty was a mess. I mean, Pentagon wasn't any better, but Marty was a fucking mess.
No, the gas tease was good.
Yeah. A good way to get rid of the lighter too, with the fucking soccer kick to his arm that sent the lighter flying out of the ring.
So yeah, I'll give that whole thing the Reclusa running in at the last second to
save
weird. Marty's arm.
Okay, yeah, I guess that makes sense. The fact
that's his loving arm. So that's why she had to run in.
That's my love. That's my love. The phrase loving
that's
arm.
Marty's loving arm.
God.
No, because you know what? She was trying to avoid season 5 of Marty the Moth running around in all the backstage vignettes going, "That's my strong hand."
Oh, Jesus. Oh, my God. Man, now I have to pick a love.
Yep.
Damn it.
What about Marty's loving arm? I thought that was your love. As long as you're talking about Marty the Moth and not Marty Jannetty.
There's too much love. It's okay. I'm gonna go back to NXT.
All right.
Because I really enjoyed Johnny's promo at Aleister Black. I was the fact that he was at very like a nondescript place at first, and I kept wondering like why there was like this spot over he was on this bridge, and something kept lighting up, and I was like, what? Like, where is he? And then like just the progression of the story leading up to like getting to the spot and everything. It was just the fact that Johnny went from like he had this whole like. I wasn't really sure what was happening to me, and now I kind of like it. And so, like, he's embracing that heel part of him. I thought Johnny delivered it really well. Plus, added to the fact that Candice is now kind of doing the same thing in her own way. I'm enjoying watching the two of them become, switch from everybody loves this person to total 180. And I'm waiting for a trio, the two of them, to join up with Tommaso Ciampa.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of the fans are clamoring for
I've been
heel DIY.
This whole thing has gone so well.
They changed their names to Dio.
Dio?
Yeah.
Why Dio?
Instead of do it yourself, it's do it ourselves.
Ah. Plus, Ronnie James Dio. Dig it. Dig it. Macho Man.
I get it.
Okay. Just making sure.
I wasn't sure, though, because you could have been talking about Marty's loving arm.
Nope, not talking about Marty's loving arm.
It's also his digging arm, so.
The fuck? Anyway.
He does a lot of things.
It's a man of many hats. Different lunchboxes for different
Man of many
jobs.
lunchboxes.
Man lunchboxes. Anyway, yeah, I'm loving the transformation of Johnny and Candice on NXT. Did you dislike anything? Swaggy Jackson?
I mean, there's that. Oh,
no. Don't mess with my phone, man. Because I don't think I actually disliked anything. I thought everything was really solid. I think some of the acting parts in Lucha aren't that great, but that's kind of part of the charm of the show, is that it's a little campy when they get into the actual like acting bits of it.
Yeah, here's one that got me. Dragon Azteca.
Yeah.
In the ankle lock in the end segment of the show.
Yeah.
Like, he fucking sells wrestling moves. But when he was in the ankle lock at the end, he sounded so ingenuine about his pain noises.
Yeah, it's a weird thing where I'll say it happens in other companies too. It's like the backstage segments are so different from the in-ring stuff. Maybe it's the adrenaline. Maybe adrenaline adds to the realism that happens in the ring, or the fact that in the ring you might actually be in pain.
Yeah. Okay, I do have a dislike, though.
Okay.
I went through all the notes. I wanted to make sure that I could call this the dislike over all the other dislikes.
Okay.
It's now that mentally, for like at least 20 minutes, I had to associate my favorite 205 Live theme song with TJP.
Oh, because he teamed with Mike Kanellis.
Yeah.
All right, that's fair.
Get off my fucking TV, TJP. Nobody wants you, Terrence Jorgensen Possum.
Is that his name?
Yes.
Oh. Yeah. At least Lindsay pulled the mask trick on him.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And beat him for the match.
Yeah.
So
that's my honorary love, is that TJP lost.
Okay. Well, that's a given. You always love that. I'm gonna give my dislike to Bianca Belair ruining a perfectly good interview segment with Mia Yim.
God, she reminded me so much of heel Carmella.
Here's the thing. I liked heel Carmella. I don't... Bianca Belair... Here's the thing. Bianca Belair, I'll give her credit on this part that she made me hate her more because she one-upped her undefeated thing by smacking her fucking gum in between each part of the word. Oh my god. That might be one of the most annoying things I have ever seen. It irritated me. I've never hit a woman, but I wanted to. But I wouldn't. But I wanted to.
Post in the comments what you think about that.
You can post in the comments if you want. I didn't actually hit a woman. Jesus.
Yeah, no. Just, less TJP.
Less Bianca.
Less totally jerk off people.
Jesus
on
Christ.
My screen.
Terrible Jesus people. I don't know. I'm not as good at the TJP game as you are. I like TJP.
That's fair.
Turkey Jerky Perkins. I don't know.
I think that's one of the ones I said the first time I played that game.
Zach didn't like that one. It was too good. Anyway, yeah. So
Turkey Jerky Pervert.
There you go. So next week,
Turkey Jerkin Pervert.
Next week on the midweek wrap up, expect a double dose of NXT because NXT UK will more than likely be taking that spot now that Lucha Underground is more than likely
NXT
over.
UK is going to jump in the lineup.
Yeah, you gotta get caught up.
Yeah,
you got a lot to watch. I'm almost done caught up. So we'll probably do. We might even do
a separate video for the lead up.
We might do a quick review up into the point where we're at, and then it'll officially jump into the midweek wrap up next week. So prepare for a 205 Live sandwich with NXT bread. But for now, guys, thanks for watching.
Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I almost said surprise.
Surprise! The podcast works, so click that link
for a whole week.
Click that link down there.
Sometimes that don't
there's
happen.
all those links down there. You just click them all. Subscribe to all of them. You should also subscribe to Reasonable Wrestling.
It's reasonable with a W.
Like wrestling. Where we have a list with Kevin Hawk, Question of the Week with Thomas Wolf, other videos that are loosely based around wrestling. But every single month, actually just a couple days ago, we put a brand new unboxing video up from our friends at Pro Wrestling Crate, where we get cool shirts like this Macho Man shirt. We didn't get it in a box, but you could get this Cactus Jack shirt. There's also all these little micro brawlers. We got Funko Pops in some boxes. We got Braun in a box. You won't know what box we got them in unless you go check out that playlist.
Got a dick in a box?
No, well, some of these people are dicks.
Yeah, like TJ Perkins.
We don't have TJP. Anyway, go check out all the videos over there. Check out more videos over here. Let us know what you want to see on either channel. But for now, guys, thanks for watching, and we'll see you at whatever video you decide to watch next.
Yeah. Also,
fuck Modus.
And Tiny Joke Penis.